Good day, ma'ams and sirs, and welcome to the show that people are calling the single most accurate piece of podcast history available. It's the Number 9 with Tommy podcast, where your host introduces the star of the show, and then they spend an hour or so trying to remain focused, attacking all the fake woke. It's news that's a few days old with one or two lame jokes which are used to shame folks with insane wokeness. We don't want to shame folks, it's not our main focus, but it's becoming increasingly difficult to change focus. When Floyd is laying choking and so many people stand behind Chauvin, America as a whole suffers from its moral brokenness. So the leaders of the free world can pick us apart, claim that there is sickness in art, cancel or tone it down. This is the start. They come for the second and the first right, limit our weapons and our speech. They're like the Third Reich. It's absurd, right? But you heard right. So here at the Number 9 with Tommy, we hang a do not disturb sign. We encourage you not to follow the herd right into the slaughter, the death of the freedoms of our women and daughters. Why are so many of us drinking Jim Jones's water? Do you not see where this is headed? Is it not going to be too late when you get it? It's divisive poison that they want to fill your head with. They're all hypocritical and guilty despite their message. No group of people is responsible for hatred. No skin color should dictate who your kids can play with. No sexual orientation should concern you if it's not who you lay with. If you don't want your kids to read a book, don't fucking buy the book. If you don't like tattoos, turn your head. Don't even try and look. If you're afraid of gun owners, stay away from cops, military, and politicians. When they need to enforce their laws, that's what they use to surround their buildings. If my freedoms impose on your freedoms, which has yet to ever happen, then we can have an open dialogue. I'll steer that ship. I'll be the captain. Until then, leave each other alone. When you see someone in need, throw each other a bone. No bill that's passed or right that's taken will ever be your savior. You want a solution to all of your problems? Here. Just love your fucking neighbor. Introducing my favorite neighbor. It's the accidental foot slip throat slayer, Tom fucking Washington. What's been up, man? How are you?
I'm good, Pat. Pat, I
got the messed up 69 back into the intro.
I saw that.
I like that.
I saw it this morning. I didn't read the intro, but I saw that line. I thought it was pretty good. I always see how you're going to introduce me.
Call back.
That's about the only thing I look at. Good intro, Pat.
Hey, thanks, man.
A little long-winded, a little weird at the end.
Coming that way.
A little weird at the end. But
why was it weird at the end?
I don't know. I thought the beginning part had a better cadence to it.
Well, I mean, if you want me to write rap music, I'm going to need a beat. Otherwise, I'm just going to write this. At this point, I'm not even going to call these intros. They're like short little poems.
Yeah,
that we've been writing.
If you can memorize them so you can look at the camera when you're doing them, they'll make for great clips.
Here's the thing, man. I write 2 a week.
Yeah, memorize them. How many songs has Eminem memorized?
Over the course of 20 years? Less than 2 a week.
I don't think that's true. So Pat and I were redoing the statistics on the whiteboard over there, which you guys can't even see, apparently. Huh, I guess you can.
Can you?
Kind of.
Mason said it was a solid callback.
And he whispers to me and says, "It smells like vomit upstairs. Did Erica vomit?" I said, "No, that's weird that it smells like vomit up there." So I text Erica to let her know what's going on upstairs. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, maybe Pat smelled his own breath.
That's hurtful, Erica. Thank you for that. I catch 2 scents, and I don't know where they come from, and I smell them, I'm going to say regularly, as in like once a month. I smell vomit when nobody else smells vomit, about once a month, and dog shit.
Yes, I smell dog shit every once in a while.
Like inside, like when nobody has dog shit in their shoes, I'm just like, what the fuck? Why do I smell dog shit?
Yeah.
I hate it.
That happens. Anyway, I'm good, man. Little intro into that. So Mason, Phobic Squirrel, myself, and T-Dog played some 7 Days to Die last night. We are approaching another Horde night.
Another Horde night?
Horde.
Oh, that's different.
Yeah, a little bit.
I almost joined your gaming posse.
Yeah. Oh, it's sick. It was a Horde night. Another Horde night. And we might hit that today. What's with the heart on the white beard?
Mason, the heart on the whiteboard used to say remind Mason to tell us about how his sister dated his cousin. Now it just says Mason loves roosters. Thank you for asking.
And I think that means cocks.
That is exactly what it means.
Cocks, as in COCKS. Anyway, so yeah, we might hit that. I think we plan on streaming a little bit after the show today. Once we get it uploaded, probably around 1 o'clock, we'll be on the Twitch, the YouTubes, and possibly even the Facebook. Nobody watched the Facebook last night. I had a couple viewers pop in, but I feel like they had, I think I had some audio issues going into Facebook, so we're going to look into that. But other than that, man, we're good. Ready to do this podcast.
Emily just sent me a text that says Anthony cost herself money. I don't know who Anthony is, and I don't know how Anthony is herself. I'm so confused by that text.
So we don't have this in the outline today to talk about, but
Yeah.
George Floyd's family got something like $27 million
$27 million
in a settlement. So Phobic was talking to us last night, and we're not going to mention what Phobic does for a living, but he works in a pretty like, high secure, like very important thing that he does for a living. And one of his coworkers, who it's not his direct supervisor, but it's one of his supervisors.
I feel like I know where this is going, and I'm very
comes up to him and goes, "Huh, George Floyd's family made out like a bandit. They got rid of a drug addict and made out and got all his money."
Oh boy, that is not where I thought that was going.
Oh, that's an interesting take, and just walked away from him.
Jesus.
Like, what the fuck?
There's not a dollar amount that you could give me in order to exchange the lives of one of my brothers. Not in a million years.
Not my sister.
Oh.
No. My sister's fantastic.
Tommy's willing to sell his sister for at a bargain price.
Bargain price. Hey, listen, a lot of my friends would take my sister for a bargain price, you know what I mean? Including you.
Hey, some of your friends would take her for top dollar.
Yes. Anyway, let's get into mail time.
After all, that's what Tom's sister would do right now. Get into mail time.
Sorry, I want to get rid of that 45-second delay that you had this morning.
I was waiting for the second click, and then I realized I must have missed it. Mason said, wait, Tom's sister is attractive? Mason, Tom's sister is so fucking fine. She is, picture the opposite of Tom, and there you are.
I don't appreciate that very much.
Let me see how hard it is to pull her up online. I mean, you should be able to pull her up just by going on to Facebook, Mason.
Hold on, I'm going to get a picture of just her.
I'm seeing if I'm friends with her. I am friends with her. And, I mean, she could stop posting pictures with that fucking husband of hers. We'd be much better off.
And those fucking goddamn kids.
Jeez. Ooh, she looked fine as fuck at her wedding. God.
At whose wedding?
Her wedding. Now you got to go back to May 20th, 2017 to get a solo shot of her. But after that, there are tons of solo shots of her.
Well, here's one.
Ooh.
Here, Mason.
That's the photo you choose, you piece of shit. Your sister in a fucking parka.
Here, we'll do this one. This is an old picture of her, but it does the trick. Don't post her picture. Thanks, Erica. Oh boy. That's not right.
What'd you do? She's a Cowboys fan? Oh my god, you should have posted this picture.
Oh, yeah, that's a good picture. Alright, that's not working. Oh, don't post her picture.
Wait a minute. I can just send her fucking pictures.
You know
to
that her
Mason.
pictures are public on the internet, right? Like anybody that knows her name can go on there.
I got this.
This joke has been lost on me. There's a joke?
Da, 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 da.
All right, listen. You want to do mailtime?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Are you ready? I'm ready.
Currently just sending pictures of your sister to Mason and Carissa.
You're a fucking horrible person. Whenever you're done.
No, I'm ready.
All right, Pat, we got one piece of mail. And it came in from Big Dog Griff. When we say Griff, do you ever think of Scruff McGruff for some reason?
No, I think of the crime dog, Fred McGriff, who was a mid-90s MLB baseball player for the Atlanta Braves. Crime dog?
Cool. He said, so what I've learned over the last few episodes is as follows. If I speak grammatically correct English, then I am perpetuating white supremacy. If you are a white person who raps, then you're
Perpetuating.
How come I said it right the first time?
You didn't. You said perpetuating, and I let it go.
Oh. Perpetuating.
Perpetuating.
Hate using culture appropriation. So using my deductive reasoning skills.
Oh my God.
Probably also racist. I think it's safe to assume that if you are in fact a white person who speaks in any way, shape, or form, then you are in fact racist. Griff. He also sent I can't put these on the live stream here, but he sent one of those like a fuck are they called? Emojis. Jesus. Emojis like the thinking face.
It's gonna be a long show, folks. It's gonna be a long show.
Dude, these morning shows are rough.
I will say this, Griff, in response to your "if I'm white, am I racist?" question. Ask AOC, who has gone out publicly with her white boyfriend on film, saying that all white people are racist, and there was no exception to the rule, including the white man who she is dating, who was sitting next to her on the couch in the video, and agreed with her. All white people are racist, no matter what. Even the white guy who's dating a non-white person is racist.
You think she's hot?
AOC?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I want to bang her so bad.
She is, to me, one of the ugliest people I've ever seen.
I don't know what to tell you.
She's fucking ugly, man. I don't know how everybody's like, oh, she's so hot, she's so hot. I don't see it.
When everybody says one thing and you feel the other way, you're probably wrong.
That doesn't mean anything to me.
No, I'm just saying.
See, when you're basing something on hotness, I mean, that's an opinion-based thing.
That's true.
So your opinion cannot be wrong.
That's true.
Do you want to get into these other things that we have?
Let's do it.
All right. So these are things that Pat and I sent in to ourselves, but they're fucking hilarious for all you guys to see. This is my favorite one. This is a lady in a fucking KFC.
A two-piece KFC outfit. Hoodie, and I'm going to say those are leggings, but they might be sweatpants. It's very difficult to tell.
And she's barefoot at a KFC.
She is fucking barefoot at KFC, wearing a two-piece KFC outfit. It's obviously red, white, and blue. The Colonel's face is like that blue negative image with the white. Oh, my God. It is... And her hair is red. Like, she is KFC to the core.
Yes.
To the point where, much like the chickens that provide the substance that you're eating, she does not have shoes on.
The caption read, had everyone ever seen a barefoot bucket of chicken before? And then the bottom, the comment says, the Colonel is mad as fuck.
It never occurred to me to go into public places barefoot. That's just, oh my God, the person next to her barefoot too.
Yep.
What the fuck?
Fucking disgusting.
They better be on a road trip, bro.
This one came in from Pat. Pat, you want to read this one or explain this one?
The top of this says the Department of Corrections hoed her on that one. Basically, this is, I'm going to say, a mugshot from when she was booked. I'm not going to use the name, but in the description, you know, they're listing her tattoos, and it says like tattoo back, several tattoos, tattoo center, and several tattoos. And then it says tattoo chin. Both chins have several tattoos. Whoever booked her is a fucking asshole.
Or hilarious, one or the other.
Yeah.
So that's it for mail time. We should be coming out with a new Would You Rather today. Who knows if that's going to happen? But we'll send that out.
To that KFC picture, Mason said, "Why could I smell that picture?"
How do you know it was a KFC one?
I just assume.
Oh, okay. So we should be coming out with a new Would You Rather. I got 0 responses on my Would You Rather, even though I thought it was good. I guess Pat only sends them to his friends to email back to if he comes up with them.
I gotta tell you, the Would You Rather, we were hot, and then we hit this lull. Maybe today we'll reinvigorate. I'm going to be spending time with
one that you come up with, and then you'll send it to all your friends.
I will be glad if you come up with one. I will be glad if you do any part of the creating of the Would You Rather. I will be glad to spread the word.
I did it last time, and nothing.
I'm saying this time I will be glad to spread the word.
I'm actually more disappointed in Mason and Carissa and my wife, these loyal number 9ers that listen to every show, watch every show live. I didn't even get a response from them.
Nothing from Dip Dizzy Whistle. Dip Dizzy Whistle is texting me about work, but not about this.
Have you, is he okay?
Everything's good, I think.
Okay, because last time he took a little break, it was... the
wellness of his family?
Yes. So I just want to make sure he's good, his family's good. We miss you, Dip.
Now that you mention it, the thing that he was asking me about could be to resolve some issues. Huh. We'll see. Dip Dizzy Whistle, if you're using that for what I think you're using that for, don't do it, man. It's not worth it.
Is he asking for a chipper?
No. He's asking for something to dig a very big hole, though.
Interesting. All right. So that's it for mail time.
Carissa said it was too similar to the other Would You Rather.
Sure. Whatever you say.
Wait a second. You didn't even create that Would You Rather, trying to make me feel guilty because you created something I didn't share. You took it off the fucking internet, you jerk.
Yeah, but I came up with it. You didn't.
You didn't come up with it. You copied it and pasted it.
Yeah, but I did the research to find it.
Oh, that is true. You scrolled through a web page. I'll give you
multiple web pages to find the best one.
Erica said, I think because it was very similar to the other one you just asked recently. Oh, man. Double down on the, you said the same thing he said. I felt like it was different enough.
Erica, I want a divorce.
But I'm partial to supporting my boy Tommy.
Fuck these guys.
I got one.
Write it down now before you forget.
Why don't I say it now? We're not recording, so we're good. But that way, we all remember it.
Just write it down.
What the fuck?
You can say it out loud. Just write it down so I don't have to go back and listen. So because God knows your brain's not going to remember.
Ready to rock.
You didn't say it.
You told me to write it down. Why would I say it?
So that you didn't forget it. But I said you could say it, so I don't have to go back later and remember find what it was.
Oh. Well, no, now we're going to let the mysteries build.
It's a good one, guys. I'm sure everybody will respond to Pat's. Fucking asshole. All right, Pat, what do we got on deck for today? What are we talking about?
We got a couple stories. The first story we're going to talk about is a school in New York City that charges $57,000 a year that recently published a guide that was then sent to all students and parents that encourages them to alter their language to not be so offensive, Tom. It's a 12-page memo, because that's what every parent and student wants, a 12-page memo, encouraging people to stop using certain terms that are considered to be outdated and non-inclusive. And we're going to replace those terms with some more appropriate terms that are a little bit less offensive. Mason, by the way, says you need a hug.
I do.
So here's how the memo starts. It states the following. Instead of saying boys and girls, guys, ladies, and gentlemen, they need to start saying people, folks, friends, and readers, mathematicians. Instead of saying sweetheart, honey, similar pet names, they need to say the child's name or the child or friend in the blue shirt. So I can't be like, my boy Tommy. It's got to be my friend over there in the oversized shirt. Instead of saying, I've been dating this girl for like 8 months, I would need to say, I've been dating this person for about 8 months. It goes on to say, instead of assuming gender based on stereotypes, people should respectfully ask how they identify, if familiar, establishing a culture of sharing, affirming pronouns in class. So,
could you imagine walking up to somebody and be like, I don't know.
Hey, you.
Yeah, hey, you. How do you identify as? Maybe we should all just start wearing fucking name tags, but you can't even use, according to this, you wouldn't be able to use name tags because if somebody's name was Victoria, you would have to assume that they were a female, but they don't want you to go by a stereotype because usually only females have the name Victoria.
Yeah, so the name tag would say Victoria, but it would also say like we, they, or his, him. Like it would have your identifying pronouns on it.
That's fucking wild.
Erica just sent us a link to the Would You Rather questions online.
Yeah,
Tom will use that one day, don't worry. Instead of saying mom and dad, say grown-ups, folks, or family. Instead of saying parents, say grown-ups, folks, family, and guardians.
You can't say fucking parents?
What if somebody else has adoptive parents who aren't their biological parents and you offend them by saying that you have parents, Tom?
They're fucking lucky that they have adoptive
be more
parents.
Considerate of adopted children.
They need to be more appreciative of the fact that they were adopted and are not living in a group home.
Instead of saying husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, say spouse, partner, significant other. So here's the thing. Now it offends you that my girlfriend is a girlfriend? Like,
really?
Am I getting that right? I'm not even allowed to classify. Like at first, I wasn't allowed to classify somebody else in a way that they deemed offensive. Now I'm not allowed to identify my own people in a way that I
like
identify
your boy
as
Tommy.
Appropriate. Yeah, like I can't say my buddy Tommy or my friend who is a boy Tommy.
Yeah.
Like my side piece Erica. I can't say any of that. I guess side piece is non-gender revealing.
Yeah.
So if someone articulates sexual orientation, it is a choice rather than an identity. Respond by saying, who we love or are attracted to is a part of who we are. Instead of saying diverse or minority, say person of color, marginalized identity, or population. So instead of saying...
Hold on, person of color is better than saying...
their race. Like instead of a black person, say a person of color. What color?
Not only that, dude, I think black people are more offended by being called... that. You might as well call them colored people.
Yeah, I don't know how that's not the same. Person of color and colored person sound remarkably similar to me, so we're just going to take those steps back.
Hold on. Super funny. My sister's calling.
Nice. I hope she's listening to the show and she's like, what the fuck?
Good morning, Tiffany. We're recording a podcast. How are you this morning? Oh, is this Sophia? Hi, Sophia.
Sophia, if your mom's wondering why I was screenshotting pictures on the internet, tell her mind her business.
I want to say hello to Erica.
You want to say hello to Erica?
I didn't even call to talk to your ass.
You want to say hello to Erica?
Erica, if you're still listening, please call Tiffany. There's somebody who would like to speak with you.
Hold on 1 second, Sophia, okay?
What a burn. I don't want to read all the things you guys are saying because we're about to say them all on the show, but I am silently reading them if that helps. Vape break on the number 9 with Tommy. Mason, you should try and get into our store for any of the upcoming Fridays. We have begun a new permanent Friday plan that is, we found this place. When I say it has the best chicken sandwich ever created, Mason, I absolutely love Popeyes chicken sandwich. I love Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. I love Burger King's chicken sandwich. This place makes those places look like they don't know what the fuck they're doing. It was huge. It was jam-packed with flavor. And Don Lindsay had ordered one. He let me take a bite of it because he wanted somebody else to experience it. So we didn't think that he was being insane. You got to come up. Any Friday. It's going to be an every Friday thing. Friday, Fried Chicken Friday. That's where we're headed. Tom is now walking around his entire house so this child can talk to every member of his family. Instead of just passing the phone off and having somebody else talk, he's just walking the fuck around, taking a little tour. They're not even FaceTiming. Oh, we already talked about the sandwich? Oh, okay. Well, then, yes, we ordered it. It was ridiculous. Absolutely insane. And the French fries, you get French fries. They're not great. They're crinkle cut fries, kind of thin, which is good because at least it's not so much potato over fried crispy edge. But no matter when you order French fries, you get to pick a dipping sauce to go with your fries. And there's tons of sauces to choose from. I feel like you're missing the point here. You need to come up on a Friday. I doubt you guys can hear it, but Tom's son is now talking to Tom's niece on the phone. The child is like 2 or 3 years old, and they're just having a good old-fashioned conversation instead of doing the Number 9 with Tommy podcast. You guys think about this. Every time that I've been accused of being late, she's 2.5. I said 2 or 3. That was super close. And Erica said, so yeah, Uncle Tom does whatever he can for the princess. He could have just passed the phone off for the princess. Erica. She's adorable. She is adorable. That's beside the point. My brother asked me what time my mom wanted my niece's birthday party to start today because my mom was at my house. So he was like, hey, ask mom what time she wants everybody to go over. I was like, no problem. My mom was like noon. But I knew I had to do the podcast. So I was like, mom says 2. And he was like, all right, perfect. So the whole party is planned for 2 because I came up with that. And why? To not inconvenience the number 9ers. Tom. Erica says, then he wouldn't be able to talk to her when she says, I want to talk to Erica and Colin. It's so true. I was not talking about how hot your sister was. Tom just threw us under the bus. Mayday. Mayday. Oh, God. Oh, 3 pictures. Big whoop. Ask her if she wants me to send them to her. All I need is her number. Hey, Tom. Yo. Tell her I can send them to her if she just wants to give me her number.
I said that he'll send the pictures to you. No, thank you. Right. I love you. I'll talk to you later. I
love you too.
Bye.
Classic. Classic Pat and Tiffany.
Sorry, guys.
Are you, though? So when you jump back into recording, you should scroll back up because we got some feedback I didn't want to say out loud because we're doing the live feed, and I figure we're going to do it for the podcast.
Yeah.
Oh, you got yourself another cup of coffee while you're up there. That's good. That's good.
Erica was making it.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
What, do you want one?
Okay, Tom. Okay.
Listen, man, I asked you to bring coffee this morning.
No, I just want to do a podcast. That's all. You're late every day. Your shit's all discombobulated. And now you're just taking breaks, having conversations with fucking toddlers, making yourself a coffee. Is there anything you want to grab to eat so you don't get hungry during the podcast?
Erica,
You look a little chilly. Do you want to go grab a sweater?
We have turnovers upstairs. You're welcome to have one after the show.
You know I don't like fruit. That's
You don't like fruit?
I don't
you don't
like
like sweets?
Yeah.
That's not
Turnovers are sweets.
No, it's apple, bro. So good.
Apple's like the exception to that rule. Even like I don't like apple pie, but if I had to eat a pie, it'd be poontang.
Sorry, guys. Sorry for leaving the show. My sister doesn't call often, and it was a sweet surprise. It was my niece.
Erica, I would not like a cup of coffee, thank you. I am naturally high on life as usual.
Yeah, he just wants to talk shit to me.
Just want to talk shit to Tommy.
Okay, so
keep going up. Here we go. So, the first
here,
thing.
right?
Yep.
Okay. All right, guys. Sorry, we had to pause the podcast for a second. My niece called, and we had to speak to her. So
we did not have to speak with her. Tommy had to take her on a tour around the entire house, talk to every single member of the family.
Except for Pat.
Just sat here narrating Tommy's tour around the house to the live audience.
True story. All right, so back to what we were talking.
Hold on. Tom's sister also got on the phone, and Tom threw me under the bus for sending pictures of her to Mason because Tom's a piece of shit. You bus-chucking son of a bitch.
I just was telling her how coincidental it was that she called me on the day when we were talking about her on the podcast.
It's because her ears were ringing.
Yeah.
And other parts of her.
Gross. So back to what we were talking about. Erica said it offends people to know how I identify, ?
Yeah, that's apparently correct. So if Erica says that she's a female, that is now offensive, I guess, because she's just a person.
Yeah.
So much for women's rights or girl power. Anyways.
Mason says, so should we just call it? What's the point of being an adult if I'm forced to wear kid gloves? Stop the world, I'm getting off.
Which is a great way of putting it.
I don't get it.
I'm tired of being on this ride. Stop the world, I'm getting off.
I'm offended by having to walk on eggshells around other people. I'm with it, bro. And then Erica said that she'd be down in a sec to talk to Miss Sophia. And that's pretty much it.
No, then Erica just was mean to me because I was making fun of you.
Well, I appreciate that. All right, anyway. So, back to what you were saying, Pat. Sorry I interrupted the podcast.
No, that's okay. So instead of saying, what religion are you? Ask, are any religions or faith traditions important to you? Yeah, all of them equally. No matter what religion I identify as, all religions are of equal importance to me because I respect other people's fucking feelings. Anyways.
To be fair, we don't identify as religion.
Do you respect people who are?
No, what I'm saying is you said whatever religion you identify as. You can't identify as a religion.
No, but...
Well, I get what you're saying. Yeah. I was making it funny.
No, that's a stupid fucking question, and I mean that wholeheartedly. I'm not like picking on them, but if I go up to you and I'm like, tell me which ones matter to you. Yeah, no, fuck that. They should all matter to you. I don't give a fuck which one you identify with.
But
the Muslim religion means just as much to me as the Christian religion. They have a fucking thing that they believe in, that they hold higher than everything else. I can identify with that. I get it.
Yeah, but we're not talking about like I may be wrong in it, but it goes back to like, if just because you practice one religion, most likely you don't hold the other religions as sacred as the one that you practice.
But that's not the question. It doesn't say which religion do you believe is right or wrong, or which religion do you put your stock in. It says, are any religions or faith traditions important to you? And the answer to that should be yes, all of them.
Well, listen, we shouldn't even be talking about this.
Well,
We're
that's a
talking
fucking
about-
valid point.
Like, you know what I mean? But you know what I mean?
Rosh Hashanah should not mean any less to you than fucking Easter,
Well,
because it's
we're not talking about morals here. We're talking about people that, at the end of the day, are snowflakes.
Man, these people are out of their fucking gourds. Instead of saying, what did you get for any holiday? Ask, do you celebrate any holidays? Well, okay, so let's play this out.
I know a massive amount of people.
Hold on, let's play this out. Tom, do you celebrate any holidays?
Not really.
You're not good at playing things out, are you?
Oh, yeah, I celebrate Martin Luther King Day, Christmas, and Labor Day.
Okay. Now I can't ask you what you got for the holiday. So the previous question was absolutely pointless. They shouldn't have made this change. Moving on. What's the point of asking, do you celebrate it? Yeah, we celebrate Christmas. Oh, cool. All right, let's get to class.
Well, not
because you can't ask, what did you get?
So, but not only that, right? I know a shit ton of people that are not Christians but celebrate Christmas, which is a Christian holiday. But in America, we have made it more of a like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, just another a gift giving day. So like, I knew there's Muslim people, Buddhist people, all these that celebrate Christmas because it's an Americanized thing here.
How about this? You want to change this question? Let's change it. Let's go with, did you spend your holiday the way you wanted to? Or did you get what you wanted for the holiday? And maybe let's open that dialogue. So, hey, man, did you guys do what you wanted to for July 4th? And your friend's like, no, we kind of just stayed at home. I didn't get to go see fireworks. Hey, man, next year, let's remember this and you come with my family. Doesn't that seem like a better solution?
Not at all, Patrick.
Than walking on eggshells and being fucking weird?
It's kind of what Erica said. So we can't teach kids to only worry about themselves because the culture has changed.
And Mason said, Tom, did you get anything for MLK Day?
I did not get the day off from work if that's what you're asking.
Erica says that leaves the door open for not even being able to have private conversations because someone might be offended that I'm only talking to one other person and leaving them out. Yeah, this school is so fucked. And people will, not only will people pay the $57,000 a year to get their kids into the school, they're going to fucking increase their tuition because people are going to be fucking banging on their doors to get them in. Stupid fucking idiots. Instead of saying Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays, say have a great break. So now Happy Holidays, which was previously used to be less offensive, is now offensive, and we have a new word to fix a problem that already had a fucking solution to begin with.
There's not a problem.
It's beside the
I
point.
don't know a single person that doesn't celebrate Christmas. I really don't.
I don't understand how me saying anything positive can be misconstrued as anything negative. If I said to you during Hanukkah, if I said, I hope you enjoy this Hanukkah season, wouldn't you just be like, me too? Like, why would I not want you to enjoy that season?
I don't fucking celebrate Hanukkah.
I didn't ask if you celebrate it. I didn't ask if you were celebrating it that year. I didn't imply that you were celebrating. I just said, I hope you enjoy the season. Even if it doesn't affect you, I hope you have a good time during it. What the fuck?
The name of this episode should be Participation Trophy because I think it's how the whole world issue starts.
That's fair, Mason.
Dude. The Participation Trophy, that really grinds my fucking gears, dude.
So after the guidelines drew attention and backlash online, George Davidson, the head of the Grace Church School, there you go, that's what school did at Grace Church, for all you folks that want to go sign your fucking kids up, teach them hate, pushed back against the notion that anyone was required to use the more inclusive language. We're not telling people not to call their parents mom and dad. That's the silliest thing anybody ever came up with. And it's not even a word police. It's rather a guide to inclusive language if you want to use it. Is it because you sent it to every student and parent?
But not only that, Pat, do you find it ironic that it's a church? It's obviously some sort of, I want to say Catholic, but I'm not 100% positive, but it's some sort of school like that, that they're pushing this out there. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna reaffirm the beginning of this. It is a 12-page memo that encourages people to stop using certain terms. And then he goes on to say, we're not telling people not to call their parents mom and dad, but the terms they're encouraging them to stop using are mom and dad. So, no, that's exactly what the fuck you're doing. And all of these little things start with a foot in the door, right? That's where this all gets started. The foot in the door to this one is, what would be better than the way we're doing it is doing this fucking ridiculous thing. The start is you can't carry X amount of bullets. You can still have your guns. There's all these little foot in the door when somebody's trying to take the whole thing. They start somewhere. This is the start. So in this school, they're going to have to be wearing swastikas soon and fucking goose stepping to class. So don't pay $57,000 to send your kid to this school. Don't be a fucking idiot.
Mason said the same thing I did. Wait, was that a Catholic school? Can't ask about Christmas? And then Erica followed up with, but I tried my best. That's what the kids are taught to say, to do and say. We all know that's bogus. We just dealt with this with Colin on Friday. Yeah.
Did Colin get a participation trophy on Friday?
No. Colin was missing an assignment for one of his classes. Classes ended on Friday. The teacher emailed us to let us know that the assignment had never been completed. And we had to talk with Colin about it. And basically at the end of the conversation, he said, I did my best. I don't know what else to say. And I said, it's not about doing your best. You clearly didn't because you didn't hand in the fucking assignment.
Well, if you did your best, turn in what you did.
Yeah.
I'm sure the teacher can go, wow, he did not get it. But clearly he tried. He just missed the fucking mark.
Yeah.
And if you get half credit, that's literally 50% better than zero.
Yeah.
If she gave you half credit.
At the end of the day, it's not about, listen, my son does extremely well in school. I think part of it is laziness, but they've taught him to use excuses for his laziness. I did my best. That's the best I can do.
Not only that, we're in a culture that refuses to accept failure. I've got news for you. The only way to be successful is to fail. The exception to that rule is like Charlie Sheen, right? Because he started so young and was so successful so young. Most people fail their way forward. That's how it works. So the answer is always try your best. Yes, that is an absolute rule. It is set in concrete. You plant your fucking feet in that concrete and you always try your best. And when you fail, it's not because you didn't try your best. You still failed, but you tried your best. When you succeed, it's because you tried your fucking best. Either way, the right answer is try your fucking best.
Yeah, but actually, here's the thing, right?
But no, well, he didn't try his best. Let's be clear on this. Trying his best would have included some kind of end to the assignment. Turn in what you've got. That's trying your best. I tried my best. Here's what I came up with.
So, it's fucking wild, dude. Mason said, I hate this. I did my best generation. I want you to try my best.
That's absolutely true.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to disagree a little bit. There are things that I'm better at than you. There are things that you're better at than me. I don't need to try your best. I need to try my best. I need you to try your best.
Yeah, you can't assume that everybody's going to be...
Yeah, we'll figure it out. But accepting I tried my best for a team that lost every game in a league where they could have been competitive, don't give them fucking trophies. Sorry.
Your best wasn't good enough.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. The teams that come in second, third, fourth, if you're giving them ribbons, go for it. They tried their best. They weren't as good as the fucking first place team. The team that came in dead last because they didn't practice as hard or they didn't run in practice or they didn't hold as many practices, what the fuck are you rewarding them for?
Not only that, maybe they just didn't have enough sheer talent. And it's better for them to realize that early than going on true. But that's how you get to the entitlement phase, right? Oh, I'm entitled to this because I tried super hard. No, sometimes it just isn't in the fucking cards for you. You know what I mean?
Mason corrected. He said, I meant it as my best being I actually tried. I tried my best has become an easy way out so they don't even need to try. Well, that's 100% true. And I experienced that myself. I have dealt with people saying I tried my best when no, you didn't. You just said you tried your best because there's no way to measure what your best is.
Listen, this is a great analogy. Pat and I try our best with this podcast every single week. If we never make it, that's on us. You know what I mean? Maybe we're not the best podcasters.
I can't imagine that's why. I think if we fail, it's because of Erica and the way she sticks up for you when I say you shouldn't be walking around the house giving yourself fun to people. Erica, it's on you.
That's fucked up, bro.
No, yeah. I mean, we try, we enjoy it, which
But that's
is
the
why we
difference,
try
right?
so
Like,
hard.
we're not looking for anything in return from this. We enjoy it, so we do it.
There are certainly days, probably more so for me, because I have to leave my house and come up the hill, which it's like going to the gym. You know, like once you're at the gym, you're happy to work out, but going to the gym is what keeps people out of the gym.
I don't do that. I'm never happy to be at the gym.
We went to the gym several times and you were perfectly fine there. But getting you there was like, Jesus. Like, it was, I assume it took
do you want to start
similar
recording at your
stamina
house,
to soccer. What?
You want to start recording at your house?
No, again.
I was surprised coming your way.
My point is, when you say I tried my best, it's things like that where we really do. Like, I go out of my way to make sure that I'm always here. It's not always fun to wake up early and to drive up the fucking hill. Sometimes I just kind of want to lay in bed. But we do this because we consider it our responsibility to put two shows on a week.
Yeah, we made a commitment to the 3 people that watch.
Yeah, to both of you. No, if we weren't making any effort, we wouldn't be putting out any shows. And that would be the reason, because we didn't try our best. We are legitimately trying our best. And if kids would make the effort, and then again, turn in what you have. We have had shows that we did not feel went well. We then turn them in to the public for consumption, because that is our assignment from you. You say, I'll listen to your show if you put it on air. We put it on fucking air. We do our best. Sometimes it doesn't go as well as we want it to.
Back. Like this one.
This one's going splendidly. We've gotten so far off of center. Par for the course.
All right,
Speaking of, I hope Tiger's doing well.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really heard anything about him. And how he's, you got this drunk driving statistic? Or do you want to talk about, since we're talking about New York City, you want to touch on
that
this?
Crash happened because Tiger got a funny text. They said he was rolling. Because his car flipped so many times. Moving on.
It's fucked up, bro. It's fucked up. Maybe we needed to show Tiger was rolling.
I like it. Yeah, so this real quick. It's not even, we're not going to get deep into it.
Mason brought this up on the live stream last time when we were gaming. Mason, I just want to throw it out there. We were not planning on talking about this at all, but since you brought it up last night, I brought it up to Pat this morning, and I figured we'll dabble in it.
What?
Oh, you're talking about something else. I was going to talk about the Cuomo thing, since we're talking about New York.
Oh, yeah, we're headed there. No, I was going to throw this in because I'm following the timeline.
Oh, well, that's not in the timeline.
It is. Oh, no, this is.
That is. The other thing is not. That's why I said.
Gotcha.
All right.
Statistically speaking, one person dies from drunk driving accidents every 50 minutes in the United States.
Really?
We still focus all of our effort on Dr. Seuss books, skunks that rape other skunks.
That's about 25 people a day?
It's about 25 people a day. We focus our energy on how we address our parents when we're speaking to other people. We focus our efforts on gun control. We focus our efforts on all these things, while one person an hour, every 50 minutes, one person dies from drinking and driving. And I have still yet to hear a single peep about alcohol control in the United States. Just saying.
9,000, just over 9,000 people a year.
No big deal, because the people who make the laws clearly enjoy a little indulgement. That's all. I just wanted to bring that statistic to light.
Luckily, I've been enjoying a little bit of an indulgement on the gaming streams.
Yeah.
But I have to walk my fat ass upstairs afterwards, so I don't have to worry about drinking and driving.
Well, that's responsible of you.
Yeah, I try. You want to talk about this other thing or no?
Oh my God. I just got this from Emily. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Tom, what do babies drink when they're born?
Oh.
What kind?
Breast. I love it.
Tom, please don't be offensive. Anybody
saw this before.
Anybody on the podcast who wants to tell me what babies drink, feel free. But if you say the word breast...
It's supposed to be chest milk, no?
Chest or human milk?
Chest milk.
Chest milk.
I love a woman with a good chest. You know what I mean?
The chest is a pretty global area. Like, my heart is in my chest.
I have
Where's
nipples.
the milk come from?
I have nipples, fucker. Can you milk me?
Yeah, exactly. For real, what my chest is a massive area with organs and bones. Chest is very global. That's misleading about where the milk's coming from. It's breast milk. It comes from the breast. What the fuck are we about to start eating? So here's these chicken parts.
Chicken chest.
I love a good fried chicken part.
Chicken chest.
What the fuck is happening right now?
Eric, are we having chicken chest tomorrow night? Or I love it. I really enjoyed it. I saw that a couple weeks ago. I'm not I guess I can see where they're coming, because, like, you know, you're like, hey, look at that girl's chest. You know what I mean?
Sure. And conversely, you can say, hey, look at that guy's chest. He must work out. You know, like, what's offensive here?
Well, Pat, they're women and they have breasts. Maybe they're upset because maybe they're on the cutting edge of transgender people being able to produce milk, like a male being able to
You know where the
produce.
milk would come from? The fucking breast.
Yeah, but because he's a male that has transferred to female, maybe he still wants, or she now still wants his, you know, chest to be not be called breast and just chest.
I'm super confused by everything you're saying right now. I meat spheres. Mason said meat spheres. Milk my meat spheres. I like it.
I was gonna say,
if they give,
they call those little meat, the beef ones you get, medallions.
If they give men the ability to breastfeed, okay, if we can make this happen, I will forever tell women to drink my man milk. And I am not talking about something that comes from my chest. I just, like, we will completely defile what this term means. Erica said, can we say wings? I don't know, because it might be offensive because chickens have them and I don't. How about the fact that chickens can't really fly? Like, they jump around, they can kind of hover.
Huh.
So should we really call them wings? Because that's offensive to other birds who can fly.
Yeah.
Or other birds who can't fly.
Mason meant meat spheres instead of meatballs. That's a good point. I don't want my balls to be considered in any sort of meat.
If I get kicked in the testicles, are they still testicles?
Well, you can't call them balls.
What are we going to call them? Baby globes?
Testicles.
Well, I don't. Testicles seems like an offensive word at this point. I can't fucking tell what's going to offend somebody next. That's the problem here. Breast milk? Breast milk.
You're really upset about this.
Dude, orange juice? Absolutely not. Don't identify that fucking juice by its color, you racist piece of shit.
Well, it's orange juice because it comes from oranges.
Well,
it's not about the
then
color.
You better tint it a different color.
It's not. It's not because it's orange. It's
so you're saying that apple juice is just as acceptable as orange juice?
Well, you don't call it yellow juice.
I wouldn't even call it yellow. I'd call it gold.
Yeah, but yellow, gold, same thing.
You know, you bring up a good point, but I think it's racist.
All right. Well, I'm sorry I offended you.
It may be coincidentally where the fruit comes from or where the juice comes from, but that's beside the point because the color is in the name, and that's not okay.
Well, no, maybe we should start calling them by the colors, or because breast milk comes from breast, but we can't call orange juice because it comes from oranges.
You know what? That's a good point. From now on,
tree juice,
orchard juice.
Orchard juice. Gotcha.
That's right. Because that's not confusing at all. Just like chest juice isn't confusing at all. Chest milk, fucking chest.
Maybe we should name the show should be orchard juice.
Maybe.
I like it.
Let's move on to the next article before I murder somebody.
We're going to talk about Cuomo or?
Sure.
All right. So
anything other than fucking breast milk.
Orchard milk?
Orchard milk. Well, no, it'd be orchard juice.
What's the thing with, what's a thing of oranges? Is that still an orchard?
A grove.
A grove. So grove juice, orchard juice.
Yep.
What about grape juice? Vine juice?
Yeah. Pre-wine?
Yeah, pre-wine juice.
Yeah. What else you got?
Cranberry?
I don't drink
Those are
juices.
in, they got a ton of them up in Mass. What are they called? You ever see one of those cranberry, like, fucking things that
Farm?
grow? Yeah, it's like basically a fucking swamp where they grow these cranberries.
Really?
Yeah, it's not really a
That
swamp.
explains the nasty taste.
It's not really a swamp, but like if you saw it, you would think it's a swamp, and it's pretty fucking sick actually. Look at it. You ever see bogs? There you go. So bog juice. What other kind of juices are there?
The fact that you explained it as swampy, Mason called it mammary milk. I like that. The fact that you described it as swampy and you're referring to a bog, there's a song where a dude refers to a penis as his whoopee bog, and I never quite got that line. Now I totally get it. That's awesome. I'm glad this came to light today.
All right, so do you have the article pulled up for Cuomo?
Sure do.
So for those of you that don't watch the news or don't know what's going on, Cuomo has been accused of sexually assaulting multiple women.
I think we're up to 7.
I think
To
it's
be
8.
fair, allow me momentarily to defend Governor Cuomo. Cuomo,
I think we're going to say the same exact thing that I said last night to Mason.
Cuomo, do not get comfortable in your seat because this will not happen very often. However, the third accuser, the accusation was he asked her if he could kiss her. That's not sexual assault. You fucking pieces of shit.
That's actually what you're supposed to do.
Yeah.
That's what they tell us to do.
Literally, if you go to college now, you're supposed to get like written consent to have sex with somebody. Well, you can't get consent without a question. It's consent to a request. So he made a request. She said no. Read your fucking employee handbook at any job you've ever worked, and it says you can ask a coworker out on a date. You cannot continue to ask once they've said no. So Cuomo did everything according to the rules on that one. But because the rock was already rolling down the hill, right? Gathering fucking snow. They were like, fuck it. This one's sexual harassment. This one's sexual assault. No, it's a fucking question. There's not a question he could have asked her that I would have been like, he needs to be out of office because of that question. Not one. I don't think of one.
I also want to take the stance of Governor Cuomo is innocent until proven guilty. That's the way our justice system is supposed to work.
110%. But the people who enforce that law want him out because of accusations.
Yep. So I will say that. Aside from that, not looking good for Mr. Cuomo.
That's beside the point.
Yeah.
Tom, I knew that you weren't going to see this the way I see this. But that's fine because nobody that I've talked to has. So let's just say that this is true. Not that he's proven guilty. Let's say it's true. Let's say Cuomo actually sexually harassed or assaulted one person. Is that a good enough reason to eliminate him from office? I would say yes. Do you agree?
Yeah.
Okay. Tom, Cuomo is guilty of I don't know how many fucking murders from when he forced sick people to stay with elderly people. And nobody wants to talk about that. They're like, hold on, should he be in office after he's talking to these girls this way? Fuck you. He shouldn't have been there to do it.
Well,
Cuomo should have been out of office a fucking year ago when he said sick people, old people, you guys together, healthy people, stay the fuck away from that group of people. Yeah, are you kidding me? He led the fucking lambs to the slaughter, and they're like, but he also talked bad to people. Fuck you.
Hold on, so who hasn't seen it this way? Because I'm with you on this one.
We just nobody brings that up. Like, I don't get how that's not what we're focused on. We're like, he's accused of sexual assault of these 7 people. He killed way more than 7 people.
Thousands.
Yeah, he fucking murdered people. The blood is on his hands.
Don't worry, though. He wrote a book about how good he handled the pandemic.
Well, that book's just about as believable as any other work at this point anyways.
I do believe, so this is my stance on it, and I would assume that we both have the same stance. I believe that he's innocent until proven guilty, and in this specific instance, we're only talking about the sexual assault allegations or whatever the fuck.
You cannot take him out of office for something somebody said. Absolutely not.
Exactly. So I think
and
he
since
shouldn't
you don't
resign.
Care that he's a murderer, you got to leave him in.
Yeah. So I think he shouldn't resign, and they should prove a case. And
you know
then-
what he should have done? And this would, like, if you want to be consistent as Cuomo, you take all the people who are alleging sexual assault, right, and sexual
You put them in a
harassment.
nursing home with a bunch of people.
No, you put them in a prison that's only for people who rape, because according to Cuomo, that makes fucking sense. Because if your health is in jeopardy, you should go with the sick and the elderly to infect them. So if you're worried about sexual harassment or assault, we should put you with rapists.
Yes.
That just makes sense.
Yeah, it's crazy that, but to your point exactly, that nobody's even talking, like, nah. All right, so, and listen, I believe that it was early in the pandemic. We made, here's my thing with it. The guy made a decision. Was it the right decision? No. Did we know a lot about the disease at the time? No. So can he be forgiven for it? Absolutely.
Sure.
But at the same time, admit that you fucked up.
Yep.
Like, that's my biggest thing with people. When you fuck up, just say, hey, I made a mistake.
That's it.
I made
That's
a fucking mistake.
If Cuomo said the dumbest thing I did while I was in office was put a bunch of infectious, sick people in with the elderly, I would go, good for you, man.
Yeah,
Good for
you
you
owned
for
it.
owning that.
Yeah.
You know, it was
And
a
not say,
fucking
I didn't make any like that, the arrogance that this guy has. So that aside, right?
Think about it in other terms. I hit somebody with my car and then I drove away. And then I said, well, that's Kia's fault.
Yeah.
Well, no.
It's your fucking
What
fault.
the fuck? I hit somebody with my car. That's on me. You know, do whatever investigating you want. But I promise you, it was an accident. You know, I wasn't texting. I wasn't doing something I wasn't supposed to be doing. I was following the guidelines. I was going the speed that they asked me to go. I was doing everything else right. And I made a mistake. I hit somebody. I didn't stop fast enough.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't go to jail for 25 to life for that.
So yeah, that's kind of. I also think it's hilarious that these hardcore Democrats these hardcore Democrats are not. Most of them aren't even saying that he should be out of office, but they're the ones that led. Like, and don't get me wrong, Pat and I both agree. Sexual assault, no fucking joke. Rape, not a joke.
Not even a little bit.
If you're making people feel uncomfortable in a sexual manner, man, woman, child, any of that, not okay. It's not. But at the same time, these guys led the charge on the Me Too movement, the Johnny Depp bullshit, and buried all these people. And this guy is still walking around doing fucking press conferences like it's fucking nothing. Nobody really has anything to say.
These people laughed at Johnny Depp when he said he was abused in his relationship. And they're the same people. Johnny Depp had his fucking finger cut off by somebody. His fucking finger. She shit in his bed. I mean, come on. And these are the people who are like, yes, but Cuomo, you have to understand, he asked if he could kiss somebody.
Yeah.
Well, that's not comparable, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I cannot sympathize or empathize with your feelings. Now,
did you hear about the one where he straight up went up some girl's skirt and finger banged her?
No.
Like, he's a sick fuck. Like, from that, like, that's wild, dude. You got some balls to be doing that.
Oh, was she against it at the time?
Like, and that's the other thing, right? If any of these are true, right? Nobody was in that room. And it's so easy for a woman to say, yeah, but I didn't consent to that. I just did it because of his position and whatever. Like, it's so fucking easy for women to do that. But she could have been all on board.
I also wonder, like, okay, so I don't know the one you're talking about, but is there a second person when this girl walks out of the room? Is there a receptionist or something like that, or a family member who says, I fucking remember how weird you were the next couple days? Is there anybody supporting these allegations in that way? You don't have to say, I witnessed it. How about I saw an immediate, definitive change in behavior in this person?
Yeah.
Because if so, then maybe that's worth investigating. Maybe it's not just words. But at this rate, if it's just words, you can go fuck yourself. Say whatever you want.
Yeah. Until proven guilty.
Yeah.
So anyway, let's move on to the next one. Hold on a second. Pat, what a fucking show. Huh? We had a special guest, Sophia, come on.
All right. I'm going to vote, Tom, because we're at the 1 hour mark here. I'm going to vote. We move this cancel culture article to Wednesday with our special guest and his article. Wednesday's done. We have plenty of material. We're going to ask him the 8 questions. We're going to have the 2 articles.
So you want to play the vocab game and get out of here?
We jump to the vocab game. We call it a day. We go out on top.
Are we willing to throw in just a little bit of...
Oh, speaking of, I got some feedback, Tom. You're not going to like it.
Nobody likes to hear about our NASCAR stuff?
No, it's worse than that, Tom.
Nobody likes to hear me talking on a microphone?
It's not that bad, Tom. That's great.
What's up? Nobody likes the vocab game?
Somebody texted me, and they said, great fucking show. I said,
Little
hey,
defect?
thanks, man. There's a guy.
Oh.
And I let it go. You know, I just said thanks. And I saw that person recently. And I said, hey, you never really provided me with feedback before. Why'd you say great show this time? And they said, because there are 1,000 sports podcasts that do football, okay? And you guys do football. And you're never going to be the best football podcasters out there. It's just not going to happen. And I wholeheartedly agree with that statement.
Well, obviously.
The part that bothers me about sports podcasts, why I don't even watch sports podcasts, is because
Listen to?
it's a guessing game. You're literally just listening to somebody guess what's coming up. You know what I mean?
That's pretty much what we do.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I'll watch ESPN for the news side of it. Like, hey, this happened in football. But that's why I'm watching it. I'm not watching this happened in football, so my pick is. You know what I mean? And I got that point, and he said, but you know what you guys have a real shot at is being the best nothing podcast available. And I said, well, thanks, man. I appreciate the compliment. And he was like, but really, cover everything, but in your style, and don't try to do sports straight, because it's the only thing that you guys do straight. I went, fuck, he's right. We like bend our narrative with sports to fit the way sports go. You know, we're making picks because that's what everybody does. So when football season comes back around, by that point, we need a new way to approach football.
All right, we'll work on it.
Or we abandon football, but I don't want to abandon football.
No, we're not going to abandon football. Like, to me, like he said, this is the best nothing podcast, absolutely. But at the same time, I'm going to talk about stuff that I enjoy.
Yeah.
And I enjoy football.
I'm with you.
I don't really, like NASCAR I'm into. I'll throw the race on today, but I'm not.
Can you still call it a race?
What? It's a race. It's a race to the finish.
It's a taboo word.
Do you want to know what? My dad said this when I was a kid, right? Because my uncles were talking shit to him about NASCAR. My dad's always been into NASCAR. And he was like, let me explain this to you. At the time, there was 43 cars in the race. There were 43 cars going the exact same speed. How is there a fucking first place and a second place? How do they pass each other? Like, that's the crazy thing about NASCAR. It's like knowing around the oval, like which way is going to get you around faster. Like, that's really the intriguing part about NASCAR.
Well, but it's so much more than that. It's team interaction. It's opponent interaction. It's making moves at the appropriate time, making pits at the appropriate time. It's your pit team getting you out in the appropriate speed.
Yeah.
Because those cars may be capable of going the same speed.
Mason says we're the Seinfeld of this podcast.
Nice.
I appreciate that.
I was going to do the Seinfeld song, and for some reason the McDonald's song was in my head. So in response to him, I almost went, ba-da-ba-ba-ba. That's not a Seinfeld song at all.
That's a clip. Mark it.
Hold on. We skipped a ton of stuff Erica said. She said, but what we don't know is Cuomo, he might have asked her if he could kiss her, but did he make her feel really uncomfortable too? There are things that guys do that make a girl feel really uneasy and almost like prey. Yeah, I know. I've seen Tom in action. You don't have to tell me, Erica.
You are my prey, honey. All right.
But
should we have texted who that was?
Well, in response to that, if the accusation that I saw was it just said he asked if he could kiss her. If it said he asked if he could kiss her in a threatening way, or if he asked if he could kiss her in a situation that was wholly inappropriate, like, you know, while she was giving a fucking speech in front of people, you know, like, in what way? And her being uncomfortable, still not sexual assault, which is what he's being accused of. We going to the vocab game?
Yeah, I'm ready, bro.
Pretty excited. Oh, didn't mean to do that.
Sorry, I got an email from my monitor saying it better fucking be here today or else I'm gonna be pissed. It doesn't matter. I can't do shit with it till tomorrow anyway. And no, liquid cooler's coming today, but I can't do shit with that until Tuesday when the new processor comes. All right, ready? Vocab game.
All right, Tom.
Should that be our new intro?
You wanted me to make.
Pat said that there isn't a question that he could ask her that should cause him for being tossed in office. I disagree.
The question, does this smell like chloroform, is a pretty bad question. That's good. That's good. All right, Tom.
We got 3 and 3 again?
Nope. We have 3 phobias. 3 phobias. One of them is entirely made up by this guy.
To be fair, can a phobia be made up?
Absolutely.
The word you made up for the phobia is made up, but the phobia, like, people are afraid of everything.
Yes. I'm sorry. They're not all phobias either. They are phobias.
This game is changing rapidly.
No, they're phobias and I can't think of whatever you would call like a deterophiliac, somebody who has sex with trees. Whatever that would be, whatever title that.
Okay.
So it's not it's actually the opposite of a phobia. It's like a sexual obsession.
So one of these things you made up the name of something that somebody may do. Okay.
Or something somebody's afraid of.
Yeah.
And the definition. Okay. Tom. Your first word. Nymphadorophobia.
Somebody that's afraid to have sex.
Your second phobia. Cherophobia. Your third phobia. Aproctophilia. I'm sorry, that's not a phobia. That's a philia.
The middle one's the made up one. I know. I've heard the term arachnophilia, whatever the fuck you just said.
Which one? The last one?
Yeah.
Well, it could also be the first one then.
No, I told you what the first one is. That's somebody that's afraid to have sex.
Nymphadorophilia?
Yeah.
That's not a phobia. That's a...
You said it's a phobia. That phobia is in the word.
Because I've done that multiple times now, Tom.
Phobia is in the word. That means that you're afraid of something.
Philia.
Oh.
Nymphadorophilia, cherophobia, and aproctophilia.
What are the definitions, Pat?
Nymphadorophilia is a sexual obsession with people who wear hats. Cherophobia is a fear of having fun. Aproctophilia is a sexual fetishization of farts. People who are turned on by farts. So it's a nymphadorophiliac, someone sexually turned on by hats. A cherophobia, somebody who's afraid to have fun. Or an aproctophiliac, someone who is turned on by farts.
I'm going with the middle one.
There's still the middle one. Cherophobia. That's the fear of a legitimate fear of having fun.
Yes.
That is true. It is a real word. Cherophobia is the fear of... There are people in this world who suffer from a legitimate fear of having fun. The condition is known as cherophobia. Also true is...
The farts. The hat one was the one that's fake, huh?
Also true is aproctophilia, the sexualization of farts. There are people out there who get physically turned on by hearing and or smelling farts.
You know who that is?
What's that?
Erica. Erica loves farts. She loves them.
Nymphadorophilia is all I was thinking of was fedoras, right? And I just put nymph at the beginning of it.
It says misleading because nymph.
How's that misleading?
Because nymph is sex.
Yeah. So sexual obsession with that stupid fucking hat that people wear, like Samuel Jackson.
I gotta hit the Google machine.
Go ahead, look it up.
I'm fucking hitting the Google machine.
Erica says you're disgusting for saying she's sexually obsessed with your farts. Are you trying to spell out nymphadorophobia? Or nymphadorophilia? Well, you found fear of sex. That's different.
Genophobia or heretophobia. All right.
How dare you question me?
What was the thing?
What do you mean? Nymphadorophobia or nymphadorophilia?
Term for someone that is
Turned on by hats. Man, that doesn't exist, buddy.
I'm gonna find it, Pat. I'm gonna find it. All right. After a quick Google review, Tom could not find a word that was associated with somebody that was turned on by hats, but I will find the word that fits that definition.
Unfortunately for you, Tom, I thought of the word and the definition off the top of my head. Like a hat. Oh, God.
You're a fucking idiot. Guys, this hour and 15 minutes has been a blast.
Good times.
We gotta come up with a name for the show. We had a couple of them.
Nymphadorophilia.
I think we should name it No More Mom and Dad.
A lot.
That's a lot. We'll think of something good. Something catchy. We'll get some good album
How
art
about
out there.
Ridiculum instead of curriculum? Ridiculum.
Ridiculum.
Yeah, we're going to teach these kids a bunch of ridiculous shit instead of a real curriculum. Ridiculum.
All right.
Sounds like a spell that Harry Potter's cast.
We'll
Ridiculum.
We'll muffle these around, guys. We'll see what we got. I eat my own poo in Nigerian. Oh my god!
That
you
shit
want to
was
show
so
that?
fucking funny.
You want to show that on the show?
I eat my own poo.
All right, look, we're gonna end the show with this. We're gonna play something that Erica sent me. It's a TikTok, and it's fucking hilarious. Okay, we'll end it with that.
If you're listening and not watching, you don't need to see it. It's just the audio that's fucking hysterical.
Yeah. So give me a couple minutes. We'll get pulled up, and we'll end the show on that. Pat, you want to say anything?
I say, good day.
I need to find that and email it to us.
It's in my text messages. I'll do it right now. Easy peasy.
For what? Growing up, my mom would always throw my older brother.
What is a word in your foreign language
There you
that
go.
just sounds What is a word in your foreign language?
All right, guys, you ready?
What is a word in your foreign language that just sounds insanely inappropriate to English speakers?
In the eastern part of my country, Nigeria, when you want to say you say I. When you want to say look, you say Timai. And when you want to say beautiful, you say Wompu. So when you see a beautiful girl and you want to tell her you look beautiful, you just go next to her, you whisper in her ears, I eat my own poo.
It's fucking great.
Classic Tom and Pat. All right, guys. We'll see you next time on Number 9 with Tommy podcast. Tune in later today around 1 p.m. and check out Mason and I stream some more 7 days. Maybe we'll get to that horde. Phobic may meet us. He didn't make it to the podcast day. He has a hard time making it on Sunday. So. Pat, anything you want to say to the live stream?
I say good day.